Today, 8th of September, 3:52, 1 hour 10 minutes before the market closes. Market opened with a gaps and is approaching this resistance, which coincide with the gap at 3249. Currently trading slightly off highs, up 24 point at 3235. Now this happened after yesterday's test of the support at 3200, and this is a very significant support, followed by this bounce. However, looking at the moving averages, it's quite evident currently the market doesn't exhibit trend, so it's likely to be choppy with a couple of swing. Let's turn our attention to the US market. This is S&P 500 on the daily charts. Now after the test of this upper channel lines, it actually retraced as right now testing this trend line. Now, I mentioned in the previous videos that this couple of bars here is a sign of weakness because it is making highs on low volume and it's unhealthy. It's not sustaining, so we do expect a retracement from here. For the weekly chart, it's quite evident. We have a deep retracement, and this bull bar here is nothing to shout about. It's perfectly normal, so we have this type of reactions. It is important to see whether this intraday low here, 3AA6, can hold. Otherwise, we'll see further downward move. Now this is the S&P 500 on the weekly charts with the 40 weeks plotted. It's quite evident the 40 weeks present a significant technical resistance. Now we see that also in the Nasdaq, which is actually much weaker index. This is the weekly charts, again test the upper channel lines before retracement. Again with the 40 weeks, it's pretty obvious. This presents a formidable resistance, and right now this bull bar here is a temporary pause. Now breaking this low with negative 11,471, and we will expect for the downward move. This is the charts of Brent crude. We see severe selling the night before, and in the process broke the support here. It is now currently trading below $90. So generally it's a negative developments. So the oil related stocks is probably off the radar for a time being for long. Let's turn attention to some of the strong stock being monitoring. This is G6. After a very nice run up, stock consolidate before this breakout, and after this pullbacks we have a contraction breakout. Now, after the release of a holding announcement, the chairman has intentions to make a transactions. Market today's stock actually opened with a huge gap, but was not able to hold a gain. In the process, closed the opening gap, which is a negative development. Notice the very high volume, so it does indicate a heavy selling. So we do not know what kind of transactions the chairman is likely to actually take. This could be a sell on news, or it could be a transaction that involves selling of a stake. So this is something which we cannot anticipate, but looking at the chart itself, it does seem to have this weakness. Now, if you have these stocks, it's important for you to actually lock in majority of the profit, and if you wish to, just keep a small stake, because after the announcement, stock can go either way. All right. Now, there is nothing wrong if you decided to actually close the position, since this is a wide range bear bar on very high volume. Now we also discussed Sembcorps for quite some times. After this consolidation breakout, there was a run up, and of course test the resistance as mentioned in the past, which was an all-time high. After the announcements of the sales of the asset in India, there was a gap up, but generally this is a risky kind of move. We will leave the stock alone. If the stock can form a base very much like this, then it's safer. Now this is actually purely because we do not like to actually trade stocks with an obvious overhead resistance. And this run up appeared to be too fast, too soon. Usually we do not break on first attempt. So if we can actually pull back and consolidate just below the resistance level, that will be generally positive. Capital Corp at this point in time is probably a better bet. After a run up, stock is actually trading sideways. This is a small deeper setup. Bar high is at 53.